Hey there, folks. I've got everything ready. Got it all blowed down. It's all good and dry. Now I'm getting ready to apply the POR 15. Now, with POR 15, there are a few rules. Number 1, follow the directions to the letter. Number 2, follow the directions to the letter. I bought one of their little kits, and I'm not really too sure if it's going to go far enough, so I went and bought an extra pint. But with the starter kit, it comes with a little 4-ounce can. So anyway, one of the rules with POR 15 is do not shake it. You might take and roll it a little bit like that, but don't shake it. It is mainly activated by air and air, humidity, and moisture. And that's probably why this stuff works so well for me, is because I live in East flippin' Kentucky. And if you want humidity, by crikey, come out here, because we have plenty of it. The humidity levels is redonkulous in my area. But, you know, here's what the stuff looks like. It smells like crap. But the little kit, it came with a foam brush and a little 1-inch brush. And that's great and all for trimming and all that other crap. But I stock these little 2-inch chip brushes. You can buy them at Harbor Freight, you know, $100 for $1 or something. But I'm not really going to worry too much about getting this. Boy, oh boy. Here I am talking about stirring, and I didn't stir. I'm glad somebody's watching me. So, anyway, I'm going to stir this up a little bit. Can't believe that I done that, but hey, we're doing this by the fly. So, here I am stirring. I'm going to try to stay out of the way of the camera. Forgive me if I screw this whole production up. But, there we go. Heck, we're just going to blob that right here. Who really cares? This floor pan, nobody will ever see it. I'm going to lay that up there. Now, one thing that I really like about the stuff is it lays out very, very nice. Just a few thin coats, and it lays out just beautifully. It is real. It flows very well, even with just this crappy, cheap paintbrush that I'm using. Considering for what I've got to work with, this is going to just be wonderful. But, you know, you can't really tell it from the camera, but the Metal Ready is basically a phosphate. What it does is it helps etch the metal for adhesion for this stuff. And you might see some of these fiberglass hairs laying around like that. It's because we're taking a little trick straight out of the POR 15 book. And once again, I am not condoning this repair. I don't like doing this kind of stuff. I don't enjoy, well, I take that back. I do enjoy watching some of these guys with some of their backyard fixes. And it's kind of enjoyable for me to watch, because this is stuff that I don't normally do. I mean, I have done it before in the past. This is not my first rodeo on this. Do I do it all the time? No, it is for very few select people that know and understand what I'm doing. This goes back to know what you're doing and who you're doing it for. This guy knows that this truck needs a floor pan like a dead man needs a coffin. But he also knows that a floor pan is more than he wants to invest in this truck. While he's investing a lot of money in it, he also knows what he's going to do with it, which is beat the living crap out of it. So we're not doing the best repair here. This stands the chance of coming back to haunt us. But with a guy like this, I don't care to do what I call a Cob job versus most of my other people that I work for or do work for. This would be totally out of the question. We'd be putting a floor pan in it. Because my name's on it. And while my name's on this, he ain't going to say nothing to nobody when his floor pan starts rotting out in, 10 years from now. Which 10 years from now, nobody should be complaining. I mean, heck, the dang thing should have been replaced 10 years ago. But that's what you get whenever you work for people, There's been times that I have worked on the passenger side of somebody's car, and for some odd reason, the driver's side blinker went out. And it's my fault because the driver's side blinker went out. Even though I worked on the passenger side tail light, the front blinker went out. There's just retards out there. Excuse me for such horrible slang. There's mooches out there, I should say. People that you just can't do anything for. Nothing is ever good enough for them. You just can't work for them. And I've had people like that in my shop before, and they get banned. I won't do any more work for them because they ask too much and with little pay, and that's what a lot of people you run into is people that they have the money to pay you. They know what it costs to do the work. But in turn, they don't want to spend the money to have the work done properly. Which I guess, if you go and think on this, I mean, here I am, I'm doing all this work to this truck, and we're cobbling up the floors, but as I said before, this guy, he understands, he knows, he's not going to say anything, he's not going to panic, he's going to be tickled plumb to death to get his truck back looking better than it did. Which, I'll just go ahead and tell you, it's going to look like the day that it rolled off the assembly line, if not a little bit better. But what we're going to do here is, this is a trick straight out of the POR 15 catalog. You take POR 15 and you brush it on just like so, and you use it as a resin. And I'm going to put a fiberglass mat straight over top of the POR 15 that I'm right now brushing on. Now I'm going to leave this out because I don't want to get it all over me. But you're just going to put a nice thin coat on. This stuff covers wonderfully, by the way. I can't stress how well it covers because it's whoa. Sorry about that, folks. Are you there? Okay. Yeah. I don't know what